sorry, Matt. No Matt's corner this week. I took the cake. It's
Oh
Chris'
shit! I
corner.
forgot. I had it ready.
Oh, well, you know what? Too bad, so sad. Not anymore. You did.
Oh frick! I forgot. I had it ready. My
Well,
God.
there's no Matt's corner. We changed it
There's
to Chris's
Chris's corner.
So make sure you're following us on X because we post a lot of different things when it comes to a lot of things that we see. So yes, this is a post that I had found when I was scrolling through Facebook, and it said my Uber ride was $100. I asked the driver how much they're paying you. He says 35. I said cancel the ride. Here you go, $50 cash. Looks like we're both winning. So basically, we're seeing this more and more. We talked about this probably about 2 months ago when Ryan was on with the Gridwise report. So basically what ended up happening was Gridwise put the annual report out saying driver pay is down, rider pay is up, and riders are at the breaking point where they're going to have to find other means in order to continue getting around, whether that's leaving Uber and Lyft or lowering the amount that they use Uber and Lyft. It also could be something like using public transportation or their own transportation. And then also, of course, there could be potential for cash rides. And that's what we're starting to see more and more. I'm seeing this posted more and more frequently over the last several weeks because Uber and Lyft are, at the highest point they've ever been. And I saw a couple of posts earlier today too. Lyft was at $33 for the ride. Uber was charging $66 for the same exact ride. So absolutely insane when it goes out there. But yes, this is what I'm seeing. So are you seeing more cash rides? Are you seeing passengers reach out and say, hey, what are you getting paid? I'll give this to you in cash, or let's do it off app. What are you seeing? So make sure you put in the comments exactly what's going on. But yes, this is what we're seeing. So the question is, because Uber and Lyft are getting greedy, basically the reason is because they want that profit higher. They want the shareholders to be happy. They want that stock price to go up. And how are they going to do it? In a marginally thin business model, and that is rideshare.
Shareholders are happy, sir. Shareholders are happy. Uber hit an all-time high today, $97 a
they're
share.
squeezing. I know, but that's because they're squeezing driver pay as much as they can. And trust me, they're probably going to go worse. And then they're trying to get passengers to pay as much as they can, and it's probably going to get worse. But the question is this chase for profits going to shoot them in the foot? I think so. I absolutely think so. I think there's going to be new rideshare companies that are going to come out that do not have to worry about shareholders. And I think they're going to come around. They're going to say, what is Uber and Lyft doing well? What are they doing piss poor on? How can we improve that? Make the platform or whatever rideshare platform that is better. And then, if you are able to we've already established that you can get as many drivers as you need. It's the rider acquisition that's the hardest part. So if you can appeal to the rider, and right now, like I said, they're at their breaking point. They're trying to get cash rides. They don't understand either that if you're just giving a cash ride, your insurance isn't going to cover you. Your personal insurance, even if you have gap insurance, doesn't matter. A gap insurance isn't going to, because you're not on the platform actually at that point. You're off platform. And you are using your car for monetary gain, which is going to be against your policy. So they will say, sorry, not going to happen. We're not paying anything if you got into an accident, if anything happens. If you have your own commercial insurance, if you have, everything that's there, that's fine. Then at that point, you're perfectly covered. You're good. But when it comes to these cash rides, you really need to be careful out there. Do what you need to do. Unfortunately, Uber and Lyft are squeezing pay on both sides of the marketplace right now. And, everybody's feeling it. So do what you need to do, but it comes with a dire warning. If anything happens, if you get in trouble, if you get, something that the passenger has a problem with, we're in a litigious society. They're going to sue you. You are going to be 100% liable on the hook. If you have a house, your car, it could be all on the line. So make sure whatever you're doing, you take the proper precautions and do what you need to do to protect yourself. If you are going to do private rides, as we said last week, make sure you are covered with the proper insurance. Make sure you are, registered with the proper requirements for your particular area. Every area is going to be different on the needs and the qualifications. But with that being said, if you go that route, I think you could have a really, really successful endeavor, because Uber and Lyft are starting to get out way too far for a lot of people. I mean, you could charge 50% less. You're going to make probably 50% more at times, and you could really kick some ass there.
Well,
And
I
if you
mean,
know how to
look,
market yourself and do a number of different things, yeah, you could definitely take cash rides, off app rides, and really do some awesome work.
yeah. I
But
mean, in
just
this
please
case,
make sure
look,
that you are covered.
in this case, the rider saved 50%, the driver made exactly 50% more. Just this
Yep.
in this case. Now, on this one, I probably wouldn't have done this trip if I was doing a friends and family trip for 50. I probably would have gone for like 60, $70 because still, right? But friends and family is friends and family until you get hit or you hit something.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
If you have nothing to lose, and if you're going into this with that idea, look, I'm not condoning this idea without proper insurance. However, I'm not condemning it either. I am just saying that
It's
if
just
you
an
have
informed
nothing to
decision.
lose, you go into that with that attitude, by all means, do whatever you need to do to put food on your table. But if you have something to lose, be smart about it. And like Chris said, this could be your plan B. If you have a nicer car, you could get into the private trip business. You could do all these things, right? I agree with Chris 100%. And this is the problem they created. When I say they, the companies created, not the riders, not the drivers. And yeah, and be careful. By the way, there are sting operations happening at airports. There are cops who are doing this. They will impound your car. You will lose everything. So don't do these at airports. I am aware that they're doing sting operations at airports because
Well,
that's where it's more prevalent. So be
yeah.
careful if you're going to do
Well,
this.
it's okay. So it's happening more at airports, and it's a lot to do with the fees that are associated with airports, and usually there's extra fees that are associated because of government taxes and things like that. So it automatically drives up the price higher at an airport than anywhere else. Um, so yes, that is one of the biggest things to make sure you are paying attention to. But with that being said, if you are properly insured, if you're properly registered, they got no leg to stand on at that point,
Yep.
because essentially you are a private driver, you are a chauffeur, and that's basically what they want to make sure, is that you have everything, all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, all of that stuff. Because yeah, these cash rides, they are illegal in nearly every area right now. So
Yep.
yeah, just again, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. We just want to make sure there's a strong caution that you have both sides and you have full knowledge, so you can make a more informed and educated decision on what you want to do. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a time where if you want to go the private ride route, it's definitely good.
Okay,
And not only that,
let's answer this question and we'll move on. How about the airport police? Now, airport police does not know. What they do is they pull you over and ask for your way bill, ask for all these other things that you need to present, and that's a law, right?
Mhm.
But what they're doing
Or
is they're presenting themselves as a rider. They're just saying, "Hey, man, Uber's charging me 100. Can you give me for 50?" And then you're fucked. So they don't know, but they can stop you for two things. They can stop you for any reason. If you don't have your, let's say, airport tags, right? They can stop you to check for that. Number two, what they can do is they can ask for your way bill if you have an Uber, customer or not. Number two. Number three, it's the sting operation. They know it's happening, and
yeah, so
they don't they don't say they're cops. Obviously, they just come with the luggage to you and the lady and says, "Hey, Uber's too much. Can you do it for 50 cash?" And you say yes. And there goes the badge out, and you're gone to jail. Well, potentially, and their car is impounded. So that's how they know. They don't have to know.
yep.
Anyway,
They are doing it outside at specific areas too. So it's not just at the airports. So again, just be aware. When it comes down to it, though, yeah, you want to make sure again you are covered with all of that stuff, so you don't have to risk your livelihood uh, and things like that. And then
yep.
I want to answer this question too: does rideshare insurance cover you? They cover you
No.
at period 2 and 3 if it's on an in-app ride. But the problem is these are off-app rides. So basically, you might get the ride request, you go to the passenger, so you're in period 2, but they're like, "Hey, this is costing me too much. Would you like to do cash?" And you come up with some little thing there, and then you cancel the ride. Well, now you're technically off the platform. You're in period 0. So period 0 is your personal insurance. The problem is your personal insurance will not cover you when you're using your vehicle for monetary gain, because that is how insurance works. It's built
Your
within. So
personal insurance doesn't even cover you for period 1 while with the app on waiting for a trip. So you guys must understand all of this stuff. And look, man, I'm not against it. I'm like Chris, okay? You make your bed, you sleep in it. Be careful if you're going to do it. And I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's come to this. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's one of those things. But if you have some stories or anything, get hold of us. You could email Sergio at the rideshareguy.com, or hit us up on X. We can see that. And yeah, just want to know, are you starting to see this more and more in your area? Hearing about it more? Are you seeing it on local Facebook pages? Because that's what I'm seeing too. Is
Yep.
people are offering their services on local pages and things like that. But yeah, like I say, if you want to create your own business and not necessarily be tied to Uber and Lyft, but expand, this could be a potentially great time for you. All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.